Barcelona pull off transfer after transfer, and it is something unimaginable. This time, Jules Kounde officially becomes a Barca player. Yes, the insiders were not deceiving us. Confirmed the signing of a footballer for 50 million euros. How did they manage to get this top-notch performer anyway? Kounde was literally brought in from under the nose of Chelsea. Hello, our dear football lovers. You are on the Inside Football channel, and we are still in a total shock. What Barca are doing in this summer's transfer market campaign cannot be described in simple words. A year ago, this team had no money at all. Leo Messi cried at the press conference as he could not sign a contract with the club. And the defeats under the leadership of Koeman made the fans literally cry in the stands too. Complete hopelessness reigned all over the place. Though all bad things must come to an end, right? Now it seems that XAVI is actually gathering a roster of beasts. Every transfer he requests from the management gets completed. Some are joking on the internet that Barca coach is playing FIFA career mode. He wanted a super forward, he signed him. He decided on boosting the defensive line. Please, here are the best of the options. But back to the latest newbie of the Catalans. How can Kounde strengthen Barca roster right now, and why did XAVI choose him? Before we start to analyze this issue, we suggest to give our video a like for good luck and subscribe to our project so that you definitely won't miss the latest top topics from the world of the #1 game. Well, are you through? Then, let's have a closer look at Barca's transfer affairs. So, Barcelona have announced the transfer of Jules Kounde from Sevilla for 50 million euros, with add-ins also included in the deal, according to different data from 5 to 10 million to be more precise. The deal with Blaugrana is spanned until the summer of 2027, with the Frenchman's salary being 6 million euros after taxes. We repeat, Barca had won the race for Kounde, beating Premier League top clubs. At the last moment, his move was almost hijacked by Manchester City, but they did not succeed. The player's strong desire, who saw himself playing for Barcelona, turned out to be a decisive factor. Moreover, XAVI played an important role in the whole thing. According to the media, the coach intervened at the moment when defender's transfer to Chelsea was almost there to take place. He had managed to assure Jules that Barca needed him, suggesting him to take one of the key roles in the team. At the same time, Fabrizio Romano wrote that everything has already been concluded with the Blues, including contract details. And then XAVI drops in and talks about the necessity of Kounde. Well, who would refuse such an offer? Despite Chelsea offering the guy a twice bigger salary, XAVI's figure looked more convincing. Later on, the citizens also appeared with their new offer, though Kounde was already adamant, considering only Barca as his next destination. XAVI is one of the great reasons I'm here. I spoke to him several times, and the way he spoke was captivating. I think we see football the same way. The defender admitted, commenting on his final decision. Kounde already instills a fighting spirit, wishes to find his place among great footballers and win all the trophies. Throughout recent years, Barca had major problems with defense. These aspects of their game needed new faces like never before. Gerard Piqué is already getting old, often picking up injuries and not being able to single-handedly carry the entire defense anymore. Samuel Umtiti looks like a shadow of himself after a recent injury and is constantly visiting the infirmary, while Clement Lenglet makes mistake after mistake. Besides, many inexperienced lads ended up in defense at some point. Mingueza, Araujo, Garcia, Dest for example. While they were gaining that very experience, Barca were conceding unnecessary goals. Kounde, on the other hand, is a top-tier defender who can be placed as left center-back, right center-back, and even right-back if needed in the traditional Catalan formation of 4-3-3. Jules is now 23 years old, and he has proven his worth at Sevilla. It's not for nothing that the Premier League giants competed for the Frenchman on a par with Barca. The arrival of Kounde will certainly help Xavi to turn to the three central defenders formation more often, diversifying the options of Barcelona coach for this or that opponent. If you compare Kounde with Araujo, Rudiger and Militao, then the Barca newcomer wins them in ground duels, in aerial duels, and in terms of on-pitch tackles. He is not afraid of taking the ball away from anyone and most often wins the fights for it. The Spanish media noted the reasons why Xavi made a bet on Kounde. He liked the footballer's physique, as well as his ability to play boldly, not afraid to go land hard tackles if necessary. Moreover, Xavi liked the fact that Kounde is no stranger to going ahead and leading the team to attacking attempts. All these qualities should be useful to the squad that the great Spaniard tries to build up. The arrival of a powerful performer will improve the competition in Barcelona. The same Piqué will have to work much harder so as not to sit on the bench. Kounde may well force others of a lower class to catch up to his level, and the overall situation in defense can be increasingly improved. Transfers are transfers, but the purchased players are still yet to be registered. Otherwise, they will not be able to represent Barca in the new season. To balance things up, the team needs to activate the third financial lever to avoid the crisis. The club plans to sell 49% of Barca Studios, which is responsible for distributing audio-visual club content. For once, La Liga president Javier Tebas has been positive. Barcelona are on the right track to register all of their signings. He assured, Barca should actively sell players that Xavi doubts to involve, otherwise they won't fit into La Liga rules. Who can get sent out? Neto, Mingueza, Depay, Puig, Umtiti, Braithwaite. With these guys sold, the registration of new names can take lesser time. Pjanic and de Jong's statuses are also quite questionable. The Bosnian has managed to impress Xavi, considered to be among options for Busquets' replacement, and the Dutchman can remain at Camp Nou if he takes a pay cut. Interestingly enough, Frankie is now involved in action rather as left centre-back. Catalunya Radio notes that Kounde definitely was not the last signing from Barca this summer. So the Blaugrana will definitely go for Azpilicueta and maybe even Marcos Alonso. Insiders have already notified that Azpilicueta could be Barca's next goal, and the club is still capable of making some noise in the market. But again, they need to keep in mind the player's registration. In case Barcelona do recruit Azpilicueta, then either Serginho Dest or Sergio Roberto must be sent out. From these two, the option to sell Dest looks more suitable. It's possible to receive more money for him. He's younger, while Roberto has signed a contract until the summer of 2023. After the transfer, it became completely clear to Kounde. Barca was gathering a victory-aimed gang. With such a set of stars, Xavi is simply obliged to show results. Literally everyone he wants is bought, and therefore, Blaugrana's bosses will expect significant improvements in the new season. Luckily, we know how Xavi works while being pressured. He literally blossoms and shows his best qualities. The club is working very hard to keep on making the team stronger. As of now, I'm very happy with how the team is training and competing on the pitch. Players want to come here because this is an exciting project. We are not in the best place right now, but it's still Barca. My dream is for Barcelona to win titles. I'm a student of Cruyff and Pep. I will try to put Barcelona back on top of the world. And it's not for my ego, it's for the club. I don't want to become the new Pep. I don't want to become the new Pep Guardiola. All I want is for Barca is to win and become the best team in the world again. Last year, when I came in November, we gradually improved. We played good football, then fell off again. This year, it's our obligation to be more consistent. That's what he says, and that is his plan. Back Barcelona to the top of the world. This transfer summer is promising, and it's a big step on the way to the revival of the former power of Barca. In this new version of Barca, Xavi relies on competition. Ter Stegen is gonna compete on the goalkeeper's position. Dest, Roberto, Kounde, Araujo, and possibly Azpilicueta will be used on the right in defense. Kounde, Araujo, Garcia, Pique, De Jong, Christensen could be seen in the center. Alba and Balde are on the left. A transfer of Alonso or Javi Galan or Caio Henrique is possible. In the defensive midfield zone, we could see Busquets, Pjanic, Frankie, Nico. In the midfield, Gavi, Pedri, Frankie, Nico, Kisya, Pablo Torre. On the right of the attacking line, we could have Rafinha, Dembele, Ferran. Ansu Fati, Ferran, and even Aubameyang on the left. Lewandowski, Aubameyang, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres could be picked for center-forward position. Xavi gets a diverse team with many options. It will be quite a puzzle for the opponents to read ahead the way Barca will use its forces against them. The Catalans become actual contenders for winning the Champions League Cup. Of course, we have to think about winning the Champions League. With the team we have, we are ready to fight for all the titles. This season will be better than last. These are the words of Robert Lewandowski. Such an attitude perfectly captures Barca's mood upon entering the upcoming campaign. Do you believe in this team to be future triumphants? Will Barcelona be able to win at least one major trophy this season? Or these purchases won't justify themselves, plunging the team into a new crisis? Write your opinion in the comments below. Let's discuss it more. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. We will be very pleased if you do. It was Inside Football. We watch football from a different angle. Have a nice one. Yeah, you bro. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.